Yo, what it do, people? Origin based here. Check this out. On this video, I'm gonna do something a little different than what I normally discuss or what I normally talk about. Only because I've been getting a lot of questions about my hair. So I'm gonna break it down to y'all. Everything that you guys may want to know, or if you're interested in. So a few of the questions that I keep getting is I'm gonna answer all of them. The first one is, how long have I been growing my hair? The second one is, what made me start growing my hair? The third question I get a lot is, how do I maintain my hair? How often do I get it retwisted? So I'm going to talk a little bit about those things. Starting with, I've been growing my hair since I stopped getting haircuts. I'm going to start with that. I stopped getting haircuts in 2016. 2016, I stopped getting haircuts because I have I had two barbers. Two barbers. Both of them were close friends of mine. One moved to Sacramento, so he couldn't cut my hair anymore. And the other one, he slowly stopped cutting. He slowly stopped cutting. But I used to still just pull up on him and just like, hey, bro, I need a cut real quick. So in the middle of me growing, having like a little baby afro, because my first barber's in Sacramento. My other barber, he was, I don't know what he was doing. He wanted to stop, he wanted to do something else, career change or whatever. But long story short, the one who wanted a career change, he was murdered. He was murdered in a studio session. He was murdered in a studio session. It still hurts to even talk about that. But after that happened, I didn't have a barber. I don't trust a lot of people with my hair. Mainly because my hairline grows crooked. So not everybody can fix stuff like that. My other barber, which is one of my other close friends, he was murdered. He was murdered. Him and his mother actually was murdered in front of his house around the corner from me. And that hurts to still talk about that as well. That hurts to still talk about that as well. So, two friends, both murdered. One is a cold case. Once they were unalived, unfortunately, unexpectedly, I stopped cutting my hair. I just stopped cutting my hair. I only trusted those two gentlemen with my hair. Everybody else I went to, every other barbershop, they jacked my hairline up. And I'm talking about they jacked my hairline up to where I couldn't go back to the barbershop for another 6 weeks, 7 weeks, because I got to let it grow back. So at that time, I just said, you know what? I might as well just grow it out. I might as well just grow it out. And then one barber that I was talking to in the shop, he gave me the bright idea to sponge it. How would it look like if I sponged my hair? I've been having waves my whole life. I had no idea. But I let him give it a try, only because I didn't trust somebody to cut it all the way down and give me a proper lineup. So I sponged it. I actually liked how it looked. And from then, I started to learn about what our hair meant, especially as melanated people. I started to learn why our hair grew towards the sun, our antennas. It soaks in vitamin D. It is our signals. We receive our melanated updates through our hair, through our crown. So I learned about that a little later on after I stopped cutting it. So, man, I love my locks. I love them, people. I love them. So that's how long I've been having them. Well, that's the last time I cut my hair. I originally got them locked for the first time in 2018 January. So that's 19, 20, 21, 22, 7 years. Going on 8 years, I will have my hair locked coming January 2026. So that's the reason why I have them. That's the reason why I have them. Um, Now, how often do I get them retwisted? It really depends on me. It depends on if I'm uh, um, continuously tying it down at night. Because if I'm tying it down every single night, my hair will last about probably almost 2 months. Probably almost 2 months. And it depends on how many times I wash it within those 2 months. So I try to keep it dry, I try to keep it clean. But, if it gets dusty or dirty and, I'm outside in the field, playing baseball or sports or working too hard, going to the gym, sweating, swimming, anything like that, of course I will wash it more often than I would normally do. So within 2 months, I will probably wash my hair, I want to say about 4 to 6 times. About 4 to 6 times. If I'm not tying it down and I don't care at that point because I already wore out my style and everything, that's when I'm hitting the gym heavy. I'm washing it every 4 or 5 days because, I don't care at that point. It's already a little afro up here, so, you know. Um, what else? Oil. You have to keep your hair oiled, people. If you have locks, if you're thinking about getting them, whatever the case may be, because I have or had a mild case of psoriasis even before I had my locks. So I did countless hours, endless nights of studying, doing research on how to prevent dry scalp, what to do if it does happen. So I did a lot of due diligence before I went through and to just grow my hair. It was no overnight thing. It was really, really premeditated. So you have to keep your scalp oiled, people. And what I use is Jamaican black castor oil. I use black seed oil, um, almond oil, avocado oil, tea tree oil, peppermint oil. Um, I don't do it all at once. I do have a couple bottles that has all of it, but I like to split it up sometimes. Like today, I only put in black castor oil today on my scalp and on my face. Um, yeah, you have to keep it oiled though, people. You can't walk around with your scalp and your hair being dry. That's how it becomes brittle. That's how it starts to break. That's how you start getting the you probably seen it. People who have the locks and then it's hanging on by two strings, barely hanging on. Yeah, don't let that happen. And if it does happen, find a loctician. I have a amazing loctician. If you guys need our contact, right here in Los Angeles, just write a comment on this video or something like that. I will gladly send you her info. But when it's thinning like that, you have to repair it. Do not cut it, you guys. Do not cut it. That's the worst thing you can do is cut your locks because you see a little damaged part. Don't do that. Please stop doing that. Stop it. Another thing, I'm giving you all the gems on my locks right now. Another thing, when your scalp is itching, it's going to get itchy from time to time. That's just how it is. That's how this hairstyle is, but you have to maintain it. So when it does itch, two things. It's either time for a wash. That scalp needs some water. It needs to be lathered. You know what I mean? You need to wash it. That's the first thing. Two, when it does itch, do not scratch your hair using your fingernails, people. This, this, don't do that. Because every time you scratch like that, even though you may not even notice, but your fingernails are sharp. And every time you do that, you're potentially cutting a little strand of hair every time. So then one day you're going to wake up, you're going to be bald in the middle, and you don't know how it happened. You're going to be out here looking like Weezy F. I shouldn't have did that to Lil Wayne. I fucks with him. My bad, bro. But I have to use you as an example one time. You don't want to look like that, people. I'm just saying. And while I'm on Weezy F, stay away from the dyes. Stay away from the dye, people. The bleach. No. Our hair is not that natural color. It is not that natural color. So when you're throwing dye and bleach on it, what you're doing is you're stripping away the melanin from your hair. You're stripping away the melanin from your hair. It is not worth it. So when it dies, you're probably going to be a little upset. You're going to be a little upset. So stay away from the colors. Oil it. Don't scratch it. Don't scratch it. What else can I give you? Another thing. Don't get it styled all of the time. Locks are not the hairstyle to always have them styled. If you like to have braids and different things you like to do with it, that's fine. It looks cool. I know. I get it. I like it too. But this is not the hairstyle to do so. It's not. I know. I understand it's trendy and all of that, but ultimately, can't do that right now. But ultimately, it's damaging your hair. It's damaging your hair. Every time you braid in the back, you're twisting, you're pulling your scalp, you're thinning your locks, you're thinning them. Even if you don't see it over time, you're gonna thin them out. You're gonna thin them out. Like me, I only get my hair design every other time I get a retwist. Like next time I get a retwist, I'm not doing nothing. I'm keeping it natural. I'm letting it do what it do. I'm letting it do what it do. Last question I get is, how did I get it to grow so much? Two reasons. One is I stayed out of my hair. If you want your hair to grow, people, stay out of it. Stay out of it. Stop doing stuff to it. Stop designing it every 72 hours, 3 or 4 days. That goes for ladies and men. Stay out of your hair. Let nature do its thing. Let nature take its course. You know what I mean? Once you get out your hair, you can really see how your hair is supposed to grow. Stop throwing chemicals in there. All it's doing is burning your follicles, messing up your fibroids. Like, come on. Get out your hair, people. Trust nature for once. Trust nature for once. And don't worry about how it's going to look to peers. Because if you have a journey and you have a goal and you know what you're doing with your hair and you're repairing it, other people is not going to understand that, and they're not going to understand your journey until the journey is already done. Well, I wouldn't say done, but when it's already here and people can see it. When my hair was this big, I had a little afro, I was still curling it with the sponge. Everybody told me to get a haircut. Everybody told me, I don't like your hair like that. You need to cut it back down. I like you with the fade. I like when you have waves. Don't do that. Who are you trying to be? Who are you trying to look like? I ain't even answer those questions because I know who I am and I know why I got them. And I know the power that's held in these locks. All right, so that's my video today. If you need more info like this, like, subscribe. I may make more hair videos depending on the response of this one. But I see a lot of people that's growing locks. I love it. Just don't be doing it for the wrong reasons because this hairstyle is not for trends. It's not for trends, all right? Origin base.